thinking this is a good time to have a conversation with you and to ask a question. So, what would happen if something happened to your vehicle, or what would happen if there was a family emergency? Would you be okay? Would uh, would you be sitting there going, "Oh crud, what are we going to do?" Well, I know a lot of people do. A lot of people worry about, if something happens to their vehicle, as example. Like, I'm just coming from my mechanic. I had to go get some work done, and Gen Xers, we're just getting by, right? We may have some stuff, but at the end of the day, we hope and pray that everything goes and we can save a little bit of money. So, what if we could change that outlook? What if we could take that time and do something different? Well, I have found something that allows people to build an automated online business, working from home, working just 2 hours a day, guys. This is something you can build around your busy schedule. Because let's face it, if you're Gen Xers, you're busy. You've got a lot going on in your life, right? You've got kids, you've got grandkids now. You've got aging parents, you've got responsibilities, you still got your job, you're trying to save for retirement. You're trying to make sure you have enough money put aside. So if there's an emergency of any sort, you're going to be okay. You're probably saving for vacation. It's a beautiful time of year right now. A lot of people are thinking about vacation time. And, for some of us, it's like, well, maybe not this year, maybe next year. Switch hands here. So, I understand that. And sometimes you got to say that you got to do something different. I know you probably sat there a few times and gone, you know what, that's it, I'm done, I've got to find something different, right? We've all had those moments, whether it's with a job, whether it's with, looking at finances. We've all had that moment where we're like, okay, there's got to be something else. Life is not supposed to be this way. We were taught that, if you work hard, you keep your head down, you stay loyal to a company, and by the time you're 60 or 65, you're supposed to be able to retire and not have any worries. Well, unfortunately, that plan doesn't work anymore. I mean, that's the old plan, and it was a good plan. It worked for our parents and maybe for some of our grandparents as well. But now, there are businesses closing every single day. You see it all the time. You see layoffs in the news all the time. And you got to sit there and think in the back of your head, will I be next? I just know a lot of people say, oh no, I have no worries. Our company's been around a long time. But I've seen companies who have closed the doors after, years, 50 years in business. Times are changing, so you got to be prepared. My question is, are you prepared? Are you ready for that moment if it happens? I hope it doesn't. I honestly do. But you have to be thinking maybe, just maybe, that it's time to have a backup plan. So, guys, I found this program. It's called the Legacy Builder Program. And it really does allow you to work just 2 hours a day. It has automation. So while you're out living your life, while you're working, while you're sleeping, while you're eating, or, spending time with the family, the business is working in the background. Now, you still have to work those 2 hours a day, every single day. But we have this beautiful blueprint that teaches you exactly what you need to do in those 2 focused hours. Okay. Now, if you're like me, I'm like Doug the dog. If I don't have a plan in front of me, I'm all over the place. So, I really love the fact that this had a blueprint and it was a 2-hour workday that anybody can do. That excited me because I realized, people are busy. And if I can find 2 hours throughout a day, so can you. And that's what's really powerful about this. Another thing I really love about this, guys, it is 100% commission. So when you sell something, you make 100%. There's no uplines, there's no downlines, no sidelines, nobody to get in your way, which again is really powerful because once you wrap your head around everything and you start building your business, you start to realize just how much freedom you can have from this. Now, this gives you option, guys. Like, the money's great, don't get me wrong, but this is going to give you options to do the things that you want to do. Whether it is traveling, whether it's saving for retirement, whether it's helping the kids or the grandkids, give you more time to spend with the loved ones. This is what's powerful about building something with automation and something that only takes 2 hours a day. Now, another thing I really like about this, guys, is that we have this huge community of over 60,000 people from all over the world who are building their automated online business, and we're all following the exact same blueprint. So it's one path, one way. right? And we have people from all over the world. We're talking about people who are, in Canada, US, Mexico, Europe, Australia, South Africa. It doesn't matter where you are. And that's another nice thing. And I don't care about your background, right? You could be a homemaker, you could be a security guard, you could be a garbage collector, you could be a pilot, you could be anything whatsoever, guys. We're going to teach you how to bring your kind of people to you, okay? So for me, it's Gen Xers. I love talking to Gen Xers because I'm a Gen Xer, right? You might be a pilot, you might be a security guard, you might be a homemaker. We're going to teach you how to bring your kind of people to you, so that you're talking directly to them. There's no going to friends and family. There's no stopping people on the street. There's no sliding into people's DMs, which personally I find very, wrong. So there's a way to build an automated online business, and we're going to teach you exactly how to do that. Now, look, guys, if this is intriguing, if this is grabbing your attention, do me a favor. Click the link in my profile, okay? Enter your email. I'll send you the 10K and 30-day blueprint I've been talking about absolutely free. And then you can watch some videos and you can make an informed decision to get started today. It's really that simple, guys. Look, I really appreciate your time this morning. I hope that you're having an awesome day. I hope that you get out and make it a great day. And remember, if you're tired of always being on, it's time to build something that works when you don't. I'll talk to you soon, guys. Have a great day.